Farm for Profit Podcast. Take a listen, have a blast. Farm for Profit Podcast. Learn about farming while having a laugh. Farm for Profit Podcast.
Well, it's time for another What's Working in Ag segment, and probably something that we hope we don't have to ever test out to see if it does work.
Yeah, but it's nice to have.
It's nice to have. It's one of those precautionary items. Excited to discover the background and the multi-purpose uses of GlueTread. We're going to welcome Andy Obel to the podcast. How you doing?
Good. Tanner, Corey, appreciate you guys having me.
Absolutely. You are where right now?
I'm in Bozeman, Montana. Yeah. So I split my time between Montana and Ohio, I'm from Ohio originally. But yeah, in Bozeman today. So
making Corey a little bit jealous.
Yeah, you went out there to guide. Do you still guide any hunts or just all GlueTread now?
Yeah, not nearly as much as I did once. So when I was starting GlueTread, before, made any money or was really selling any kits, I was guiding backpacking in Yellowstone and then elk hunting in the fall in Nevada. But not quite as much of that anymore, but still spend quite a bit of time elk hunting. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Tire problems is one of my biggest, probably right behind rocks on the farm. It seems like rocks, tire problems, and batteries are some of my biggest headaches. And if you stop to think about all of the vehicles and things you have on a farm that has a rubber tire on it, boy, It can make your head spin, especially if you've had a construction project done recently and it just seems like you keep picking stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like antlers that look like that one, maybe. Yeah.
Yes.
I remember actually my dad doesn't get that mad very often, but I remember he was so pissed when I was younger because he had an antler sticking out, and I remember him saying how much that tire was going to cost.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Well, and the timing too. The time down on those machines. I mean, if you're planning a harvesting or something and you get a tire down, it turns into a pretty big deal. So.
All right. So what do you have that's going to help us minimize that downtime?
Yeah, totally. So here at GlueTread, we provide like a comprehensive tire repair kit, right? We always talk about the three main types of tire damage, which would be in the tread area, which everyone's used to, a plug, the valve stem, and then also the biggest thing people talk about here is the sidewall, which is where we really started. So it's really the only product on the market that allow you to fix the sidewall of a tire. It's a repair that's done all on the exterior of the tire, so you don't have to remove the tire from the vehicle. And you can do it in the field, so you don't have to, call somebody to come out and, assist with the repair, I guess.
It always seems like when you have an issue with the sidewall that no matter who the tire repair company is or where you go to get it done, they're like, nah, tire's shot.
Exactly. Yeah, totally. And, to be fair, we always market this and talk about this as like a temporary repair, right? So I know you can use it for anything from a combine to an ATV. These kits get a lot of use, in the rock crawling market on Jeeps and things like that. But they're not technically street legal. So, off-road use only, emergency temporary use only. But yeah, it'll get you out of a bind and, allow you to keep using that vehicle.
There's a lot of things that us farmers do as temporary fixes that last a very long time.
I'm pretty sure I still have baling wire as a snap ring. Holding some pins in, and it's worked for 8 years.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. So
you mentioned kits. So these come in different kits. That's what Corey's pulling out of this box here.
Yeah, totally. So
sidewall repair kit. So you can repair a sidewall?
Yeah, it's an incredibly simple process, really. So what we've done is there's been some like large advances in adhesive in the last, 5 to 7 years. That kind of has allowed this to be a thing. So what we do is you take an adhesive and then a rubber patch, which there's rubber patches in all those kits. And in the simplest terms, you glue it to the side of your tire, and that's able to then hold air and then help with the structural integrity of that piece as well. So yeah, that's in the simplest terms, that's how it works.
And it's specifically you have a side-by-side one and a tractor one. I'm
Sure.
assuming the tractor one just must be stronger or bigger or...
Yeah, great question. A lot of those kits have the same rubber in them, right? It's the same rubber, same size. It's just a different assortment of rubber. Once you get into those kits you're looking at there, that I believe is like the Expedition kit. Is that the one, the larger canvas bag? Oh, that is, so that's a side-by-side kit?
Side-by-side?
Yeah.
So it's like a first aid kit for your tires.
Exactly. Yeah. So that Expedition kit there, that one, and the side-by-side kit that you have also have ways to repair the tread area, just like plugs, which, something like this. These are all machined aluminum right here in Montana.
Yeah.
And then also has the valve stem replacement, which is called a Colby valve, if you've heard of that. But if you have damage to your valve stem, you can essentially cut the valve stem out, push it through the tire, and then replace it with a Colby valve, without having to take the tire off the rim. So,
can you guess, Corey, what the clinking is inside that bag?
I was gonna guess the machined aluminum piece that he.
I think they're CO2 cartridges.
Correct. Yeah. So for that side-by-side kit, obviously you're not going to be blowing up a combine tire with a CO2, but those side-by-side kits are actually made specifically for the U.S. Border Patrol. So we have ATV and side-by-side kits, and they needed something where they could take a kit, put it on an ATV, and then they're driving, off trail on the border, and fix all parts of the tire and reinflate it. So those have 16-gram cartridges in them, and it'll get on a side-by-side, it'll get like a 30-inch tire up to like 6 to 10 PSI. Enough.
Like you said, temporary.
Holy cow!
Get you from where it happened back to your truck, back to someplace else that you can make a more permanent fix.
Totally.
You got 6 of them in there. It looks like.
Yeah, 6 or 8 of them in there. They in that side by side kit, like I said, we include more CO2 in that side by side kit because let's see, these days those side by side tires look like car tires. So
they're huge.
Yeah. So.
It is handy.
Your typical plugs.
Yeah.
Yep. Those are all. And the other thing cool, as you pull all that stuff out of there, I mean, all that stuff's made in the U.S. Like that bag is sewn here in Montana. The T-handles are machined here, also in Montana. The rubber, that's all U.S. made as well. So it's like we're really intentional about making everything here and really standing behind the product as much as we can. So.
I know it is one of those things that I got to finally benefit from something before Corey did. Usually Corey gets all the cool shit before we do.
Yeah.
And it's been really handy to have a kit around the farm just because, whether it's the Gator or the side-by-side or even a lawnmower, we have one stashed in the glove compartment of the tool truck, and it's there. It's been used. I'm almost out of plugs. Sadly to say, but
we can fix that.
I could see this being something our listeners would want to have with them.
Yeah.
If it's in their service truck or if they put it into their grain cart tractor. I mean, that might be a little bit of a exaggeration, but the number of deer sheds that I've seen sticking out of front wheel assist tires on TikTok.
Yep.
Yeah, totally. I think the other thing to think about here too is like there are tire plug kits, you said that everywhere, and you can get them for like $5 or $10, but I think a big thing to be careful about there is a lot of those are plastic handles. And I mean, there's videos and pictures everywhere of people trying to plug a tire there and that breaks and that rod will go through your hand. Which is why we've really focused on.
I think you just gave both of us the willies a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we've really focused on, doing this machined aluminum piece. The other thing that we did is we put a set screw in the back of those T-handles. So you can remove the T-handle from the reamer, and if you have a drill with you, a cordless drill, you can put this in a cordless drill, and then that'll really help you ream the tire out. Just another way.
I have the Allen wrench for that set screw in there.
Yep, the Allen key's in there as well. Yeah,
and I know Tanner keeps every Allen wrench he ever has gotten to put furniture together, so he probably has one with him. But
you can never have too many.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So
that's awesome. So what made you think to do this?
Yeah, it was kind of funny. So the whole thing actually started, very specifically in the agricultural space. So the first thing that happened is my dad had an ATV, brand new tires on his ATV in a trailer. He was like backing it up, wasn't paying attention to jackknife and put a hole in the sidewall of his ATV tire. So we're like, my dad's a pretty frugal guy. And he's like, I'm not, I can't use this tire because I can't fix the sidewall, but I have this other tire that's bald that needs new lugs. So he literally took like an oscillating cutter, a vibratory cutter, cut off the lugs off of that tire and started gluing them onto his old tire because he's like, can't fix the sidewall. So he was adding tread to the outside of that tire. That actually works surprisingly well. And that's kind of where the whole thing started. So this started kind of in like a retreading space. Our thought was being able to retread, whether it's an ag tire or something else, to give yourself, more traction. We did that for a while. We found that people bought that retroactively, after they needed it, when it was too late, and so on. That entire story came back full circle, and we figured out that we could use that same technology to repair the sidewall. So if we would have just gone there first, we could have saved a couple of years of research. But we finally figured out how to repair the sidewall. We've been running with that since. So
that is wild.
I think you can make city dad kits because this is what I did. My daughters have a little side-by-side plastic wheels, and I took mountain bike tires and cut them up and put them on because I was so sick of hearing plastic on concrete. And those have held up for 3 or 4 years. Really good.
We've had people use that for that exact thing, for glue and traction onto some of those, the plastic drive tires. It's hilarious.
That's wild. Well, we don't have a lot of time today, so it's been neat to introduce you to our audience. If they want to learn more about GlueTread, how do they do that?
Totally. Best thing you can do is you can Google it or just go to our website, GlueTread.com. We have kits available on the website. We're also on Amazon and so on. But, always, buying from the website certainly helps us. So
I think we'll give a few of these away at our Farm Progress show.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Perfect.
That would be good. So
great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's going to give them away, and then he's the one that's going to have flat tires.
Well, you're going to send me some more. I'm not willing to give these up. But
Perfect. Yeah.
And listeners, we appreciate you as always. So make sure you go check out GlueTread. Might be a little incentive for you to do that as well. And Andy, we appreciate it.